Mohbad's wife Wunmi has finally said her own side of the story at the coroner's inquest, or should I say court hearing, which happened recently. If you guys remember, she actually informed Nigerians beforehand that she is going to be saying her own side of the story at the coroner's inquest or after, and she assured everybody that she'll be getting that DNA test that you all have been raving about. Now I'm going to be summarizing what she said. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me start from what happened at the Ikorodu show. According to her, Mohbad performed at about 9 p.m. at night. So when he was about to leave, his fans were so much around him. They surrounded them when they were trying to enter the car. Mohbad had to give his fans 100,000 naira so that they can disperse, but they refused to disperse. They were like needing more money, and because of that, Mohbad had to send his younger brother to go and get money so that they can share amongst the fans. Now Mohbad succeeded in entering the car with his wife, that's she, Wunmi herself, explaining this thing, and a friend of his named Prime Boy. Now according to her, she was in between them. So an argument came out when Mohbad's younger brother finally brought the money, because he wasted time in bringing that money. So that thing infuriated the friend Prime Boy, and that led to an argument. The friend started insulting Mohbad's younger brother, and Mohbad's younger brother did not hesitate to insult him back. Because of this, the Prime Boy now turned to Mohbad and said, "You are here and your younger brother is insulting me in your presence. I will never allow my own younger brother to insult you when I'm there." Because of that, another argument came between Mohbad and that his friend, and in the process, the friend insulted him and told him to shut up or something of that sort. Before you know what was happening, now so Mohbad calmed down based on it is now time to fight this thing out. The Prime Boy himself came down so that they can both start fighting. They started fighting, and according to the wife, she ran to go and call the other friends, the other people that they came to the show together with. By the time she has already come, they have to with the people to separate the fight. The fight has already ended, and she looked at Mohbad's hand and observed that he had a slight injury. According to her, the crowd that was around there witnessing the fight were actually the ones who ended up intervening, and after that they went back home. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard the many allegations that have been laid against Wunmi ever since Mohbad died, and like right now a lot of people actually believe those allegations, especially because Mohbad's father was part of the people saying things and laying all manner of accusations against her. Now, in her defense against the things the father said about her, according to her, she and Mohbad's father were actually very close. In fact, they were so close to the extent that even when she was looking for how to conceive a child, he was the one following her, looking for how they are going to solve this issue so that they will conceive a child. And that's not all. According to her, Mohbad's father had girlfriends that he usually brings to their house, and the girlfriend is different from the stepmother, and she never even bat an eye because, according to her, it's his son's house now, so what can she say about it? That's none of her business. So only for problem to start when she finally conceived her son Liam. According to her, he requested for her baby's placenta, and Mohbad was against the idea of giving his father his son's placenta. He said no, he's not going to give him the placenta. That infuriated Mohbad's dad, and that was when all the problems started. According to her, since then there has been no peace in the family because of that particular issue. She said she wasn't even the one who brought up the idea of not giving it to him. She said it was Mohbad that never wanted to give it to him. It was Mohbad's idea. All she did was go ahead with what her husband wanted. As for the blood that they said they saw in the house, soaked blood, she said that was a lie. That the only blood that was there was very little, and what was actually soaked was water. That if anybody doubts, they can ask Mohbad's brother Adura or something. I think it's Adura she mentioned, that they can ask him. He will confirm because he stayed with them in the house. She said people have been saying all manner of things against her, things that she never did, and in fact, when her husband died, she had to even run away from her husband's house because she has been receiving all manner of threats to her life. To continue the story, let me play her speech reading from a particular man.
The magistrate court invited deceased wife Abiola Cynthia Mohbad to the witness stand, and she swore an oath before the cross-examination started. They started by asking her questions about the disease, which is Mohbad. They asked his name, his age, and every other thing about him since they've been together. So in her description of Mohbad, she described Mohbad as a cool-headed person who loved everyone around him. She said he asked his brother to get him water when he started to feel feverish after he was injected by the nurse. So I think with this summary is because of the way the journalists have typed it out. But I'm sure that we are trying to understand. Obviously, after Mohbad came back from the show, he was feeling feverish and all of that. I hope we are getting it. So in her description, she described him as a cool-headed person who loved everyone around him. She asked his brother to get him water when he started to feel feverish after he was injected by the nurse. He vomited and peed on himself. She said he was moved from his room. He started feeling feverish. He vomited and peed himself. She was moved from his room to the son's room, which is Liam's room, because of the AC air condition. She said she rushed downstairs to scream for help when she noticed he wasn't getting better and they could not use his car because the mechanic was working on it. And she got boys to carry him. She said they were still on the way to the hospital. I don't understand. If Mohbad's car is not working, so whose car? Okay, maybe the neighbor's car, they said earlier. So mechanic was not working and she got boys to carry him. She said they were still on the way to the hospital when the driver held his hand and said he was already getting cold. And they had to get a bike who took him and his photographer OG to the hospital. The hospital name is Kuramid Hospital, Orchard, and she got on a bike as well and followed them. She said they spent about 15 minutes to get there before the doctor told them he had passed on. She called his cousin Bolu Adeyemo, aka Darosa, to take him to another hospital for confirmation. Speaking about what happened at the show that led to him sustain an injury before his death, she said they got there around 7 p.m. and he performed around 9 p.m. After his performance, he got back and said that they had to leave because he was tired, but he could not leave because so many cars were parked behind his car. The bouncer told him to wait till other artists perform. So the other artists performed to get the opportunity to move out. After waiting for an hour, he became restless and uncomfortable. After some time, he wanted to go downstairs to speak with the bouncer, but she told him no because she knows it will not end well. Mohbad called Prime Boy and his brother to speak with the bouncer to allow him out. Prime Boy came back and was angry because Adura disrespected him, which led to an argument between Mohbad and Prime Boy. Mohbad told Prime Boy not to disrespect him whenever they are outside. This resulted in a fight between Prime Boy and Mohbad, and she rushed out to call his workers to help him and help her to resolve the fight. She said Prime Boy was seated in the car. Mohbad was standing while they were fighting, which led to Mohbad sustain a minor injury. This event happened on Sunday, the 10th of September. She said they got home and she helped in massaging the hand with balm. After he said the nurse will come the next day to attend to him. She said when he woke up on Monday, he was fine and he took only Panadol. She said he was perfectly fine and even played with all his workers and friends. He only complained of slight pain. The nurse came on Tuesday and she told the DJ that he should have sent her a picture of the hand, and she injected him afterwards. The wife said she left to the kitchen and she gave him another injection, and she heard him ask the nurse to remove the injection that he was not feeling comfortable again. And he went to the restroom to pee and he vomited. She called for help and the nurse said there was a drip that was meant to be given to Mohbad to stabilize him. The nurse then left with the FJ to buy it. She said they only got married traditionally. I think we know that. She said the corpse was taken back to the house at Orchard. She described the relationship between herself and her father-in-law as very cordial. She said only time they had an issue was when the father-in-law asked for the placenta when her child was born. Mohbad disagreed. That was when they started having issues. She said Mohbad's father was always bringing different girls to the house, speaking about the issues as regards the Canadian visa. She mentioned that they didn't have any issues. She mentioned they didn't even have any money as at then because he had just recorded a label and he wanted the child to leave the country before he turns 1 because he was wary of his opponents and how he has been getting threats. She said he was against posting her and her child on the internet due to safety reasons. She said he was always thinking and refused to sleep most times, and he also refused to eat. And they asked her about Maisi. Maisi is a 24-year-old. They asked about Darusa. Darusa is Mohbad's cousin. They asked her who is Adura. Adura is his brother. Idris is the photographer. And then February 22nd, 2022, they asked Wunmi about the NDLA issue. And then what happened? He said, they asked her who called the nurse. She said Spending called the nurse. And then they asked her, did the nurse administer any injection for Mohbad? She said yes. She administered 2 injections for the nurse. They asked her, the injection was administered, where was the injection administered? Wunmi said it was administered on Mohbad's vein. They asked her, when did you meet Mohbad? When did they meet? The first time they met, she said she met Mohbad when she was 14 years old. And they asked Wunmi, when did Mohbad join Malians? And Mohbad joined Malians record when in 2018. They asked her, was she there when the injection was being administered to Mohbad? She said no.
So guys, what do you think about all this? Do you believe Wunmi's statement? To me, right now, her statement is the most straightforward. It actually aligns with a lot of things we've heard so far. Yeah, and not just that. Other people who have been saying a lot of things, their statements have not been consistent. The prime boy previously said he fought with Mohbad, later changed mouth and said he didn't fight with Mohbad. And if you listen to several statements from all the witnesses in this issue, you will notice that there is no consistency. So I hope that the next time she'll be called to court, all these things she has said is the same thing she's going to say again. As for the placenta issue, I heard some Yorubas said that yes, it is the husband's father that is supposed to take it, while others said no, that doesn't happen in their place. It's the father and mother that are supposed to have the placenta. So if you are someone who is from Mohbad's side, please inform us, is it the father that is actually supposed to have that placenta? Because I don't see why placenta should be an issue that will cause family feud. Some people are even claiming that she paid Mohbad's brother to lie too, and I'm wondering, because she's not that rich. Maybe probably I'll do another video explaining the properties that Mohbad has and all these things. They are not as rich as these people are trying to portray it. So where is she going to get the money to even bribe somebody? And other people involved in this case are even way richer than her. So if someone is going to be bribing, I don't think she has the resources to be bribing anybody. She herself isn't rich at the moment. Mohbad was just about standing to his feet before all this unfortunate circumstance happened. But don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and stay tuned to this channel. The case has not ended. We've not heard everything yet, and the next coroner inquest is on the 15th of November. Bye.